Hello my dear children, good morning to all. Once again welcome back to class 11 microeconomic class. We were discussing chapter number 4, forms of market and price determination. So in the last class we have discussed about the price determination of a commodity. So a price of a commodity is determined by the forces of demand and supply. Then today we are going to study about simple application of tools of demand and supply. The practical applications of the tools of demand and supply. So we know that the price of a commodity is determined by the forces of demand and supply. So if this demand and supply fail to restore the equilibrium price, there is a need for government intervention. So in this topic, we will study government intervention to affect price of the commodity. So first of all, we should have a knowledge about price mechanism. What is price mechanism or market mechanism? It refers to the system where the forces of demand and supply determine the prices of a commodity and the changes therein. That is known as market mechanism. The price is determined by the forces of demand and supply. So the forces of demand and supply or working of demand and supply is known as market mechanism. Okay. So price mechanism is an effective system to solve the central problems of an economy. So what are the central problem of an economy? What to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce. So this problem is solved by the forces of demand and supply. But price mechanism has its own drawbacks when the disequilibrium is not corrected by the demand and supply interaction. So we know that in equilibrium point or there is imbalances in equilibrium, the efficient price mechanism will restore the equilibrium level. But if there is any failure of price mechanism or inefficient price mechanism, if there is inefficient price mechanism, there is a need for government intervention. Okay. So market equilibrium is also influenced by government policies. So what is government intervention? So market equilibrium is also influenced by government policies. So it becomes necessary for the government to regulate the prices of certain goods and services when their prices are either too high or too low in comparison to the desired level. Okay. So government intervention is required during when the economy is in high price level or low price level. So there are two ways of government intervention: direct intervention and indirect intervention. So direct intervention, the prices are fixed directly by the government. For example, price ceiling, support price, etc. are the example for direct intervention. The government directly fix the prices of a commodity or prices of commodity is known as direct intervention of government. Then indirect intervention. Under these policies, market price is changed indirectly through the shifting the demand and supply curve by the taxes and subsidy. So this is the indirect intervention of government. So due to tax and subsidy, there would be a shift in demand and supply curve, and also it affects the price of the commodity. So this intervention is known as indirect intervention. For example, sales tax, subsidy on essential goods, then customs duties, etc. So this is the example for indirect intervention of government on the price of a commodity. So let us examine the direct intervention of government. So, direct intervention is what is direct intervention? That is, the government fixes the price directly. So, here there are two examples, maximum price ceiling and minimum price ceiling. So, minimum price ceiling is again, the example for minimum price ceiling is agriculture price support program and minimum wage legislation. So, you have to study about the maximum price ceiling, minimum price ceiling and two examples of minimum price ceilings. So, first one, maximum price ceiling. So, it otherwise known as price ceiling. So, it is not very uncommon to come across instances where government fixes a maximum allowable price for certain goods. That is, government impose upper limit on the price of a good or services is called price ceiling. So, what is price ceiling? Government imposes upper limit. Maximum limit means upper limit on the prices of a good or services is called price ceiling. So, why the government impose or fix the price or upper limit on the price of a good or services? Because government imposes a price ceiling to control the high prices that can be charged by the seller for the commodity. Okay. So, it is to control high prices of a commodity. Then this is done to make commodity affordable for general public. Okay. If the price is too high, the common people cannot buy the goods or services. So, by doing maximum pricing or price ceiling, it make a commodity affordable for general public. That's why this minimum price ceiling is to protect the interest of consumer. So here, in other words, we can say that government fix the price of the commodity below equilibrium price if equilibrium price is too high. Okay, if equilibrium price is too high, government fix the price of the commodity below equilibrium. So, note that maximum price means fix the price of commodity below equilibrium price. Okay. So, let us understand with the help of a diagram. So, here this diagram shows that the negatively sloped market demand curve and positively sloped market supply curve. For bread, here it is bread, demand for bread and supply of bread, and this demand and supply intersect at here. Okay, so in this point, what is the equilibrium price? Equilibrium price is PE and equilibrium quantity is QE. Then when price is lowered from, that is, what is maximum price? The government fixed the price below the equilibrium price. So, equilibrium price is PE. Then government fixed the price at P max. So, this line, this grey color line is known as maximum price. So, government fixed the price at this level. Okay, that is known as maximum price. So, when price is lowered from P to P maximum, the market demand rises from QE to Q2. The market demand is rise from QE to Q2 and market supply reduced from QE to Q1. There will be an excess demand. So, what is the implication of maximum price ceiling? There is a excess demand for bread in the market at which price? At maximum price, that is P max. So, when government fix the price below the market price or equilibrium price, there will be an excess demand. Okay. So, what is the implication of this excess demand? So, there has to be some rationing. So, an upper limit on the amount that can be purchased within a given time period. So, the stipulated amount of good is sold through fair prices shop, that is ration shops. This is explained why one cannot buy a large quantity at a time from a fair price or ration shop. Then there is the existence of black market. So there is, since there is a shortage at the control price, there will be always be some buyer who are willing to pay a higher price than the control price and obtain the quantity that they desire. So this gives rise to existence of black market. Okay. So there is a chance for buying the commodity at a higher price than the government fix. That is known as black market. So here by doing this, by fixing the price below equilibrium price, there is a chance to what? Black markets. So this is maximum price. Maximum price, you remind one thing, the price fixed below the equilibrium price. That is known as maximum price or price ceiling. Next is minimum price ceiling. So we saw in the maximum price ceiling, the government may sometimes think that the equilibrium price is too high and set a maximum. Alternatively, if the government feel that the equilibrium price of a good or services is too low, then they may choose to set a minimum price. So, it otherwise called price floor. So, government imposes lower limit on the price that may be charged for a particular goods and services is called minimum price or price floor. So, it imposed by the government when the equilibrium price is too low. Okay. So, it is for protecting the producer, the interest of producer. Then here, in other words, we can say that fix the price of a commodity above equilibrium price is known as minimum price ceiling or what? Price floor. Okay, minimum means it fixes the price above the equilibrium price. If the government feels that the equilibrium price is too low, it will fix the price above equilibrium price. So that is known as minimum price ceiling. Then the examples for minimum price ceiling are agricultural price support program, minimum wage legislation, etc. So let us study about these two examples. That is, first one, agriculture price support program. So through an agricultural price support program, the government imposes a lower limit on the purchase price for some of the agricultural goods and services. So this floor price is normally set at a level higher than the market price for these goods. So let us examine the effect of price floor through the example of market demand and supply. So in this diagram we can see that downward sloping, D is the downward sloping demand curve and S is the positively sloped supply curve. Then these two, demand and supply curve, intersect at point E0. So this is the equilibrium point. So at this point the price is P0, that is equilibrium price, and Q0 is the equilibrium quantity. Then here government feel that this equilibrium price and quantity is too low. The government will fix the price above the equilibrium price. Okay, so it is fixed above the equilibrium price when the equilibrium price is too low. So this is known as floor price or otherwise known as minimum price ceiling. So this agriculture price support program, government fix the price of certain agricultural product above the equilibrium price. Then when the price is fixed higher than, that is, if we fixed from P0 to PF, the market demand falls. If price rises, what happened to demand? Demand will decrease, and at the same time supply will increase. Then, so the equilibrium at the price PF, the equilibrium quantity, or not equilibrium quantity, at the price PF, the quantity demanded is QD, that is fall from Q0 to QD, and supply increased from Q0 to QS. So there is a excess supply. Here it is excess supply, that equal to QD to QS in the market. Okay. So this is the agriculture price support program. So here this program is implemented by the government to protect the farmers. Okay. So if farmers farmers considered to be, the equilibrium price considered to be unremunerative to the farmers, so it does not provide sufficient incentive to the farmer to produce goods. So then the government declare the minimum price to support these farmers. So that is known as agriculture price support program. So by doing this, there is a chance for excess supply. So what would do with this extra or excess supply of goods? So the government will buy the unsold surplus by committing to buy the surplus at the pre-announced support price. That means government will buy this goods, this excess supply at this support price. Then minimum price ceiling also may cause illegal selling. That is, black market is there. Existence of black market is another effect of this minimum price ceiling. Then if government may not be able to buy the surplus, the excess supply would create competition among sellers, which will pull the price down till equilibrium is restored again. Okay. So government should buy the excess supply that created by the minimum support price. So this is the implication of agriculture price support program. Then the next is minimum wage legislation. This is carried out in labor market. So a wage of a labor is fixed by the demand for labor and supply of labor. So here the government fixes minimum wage of labor above the equilibrium wage rate. So if government feel the wage rate for a labor is too low, government will fix the minimum wage of labor, and it is fixed above the equilibrium wage rate. So equilibrium wage rate is determined by the supply of labor and the demand for labor. So minimum wage legislation is undertaken to ensure that wage paid to worker do not fall below a certain minimum wage rate level. So hence in the labor market, that is market for labor, a floor is set on wage, that is wage are not allowed to fall beyond a certain level. It is not fall beyond that level. So let us examine the effect of price floor on market equilibrium through a labor market. So through a diagram we can explain it. So in this diagram we can see that there is a blue upward sloping curve, that is supply for the labor, and the red downward sloping curve is the demand of the demand for the labor, and it intersect at here. So this is the equilibrium wage rate of the labor. So W is the equilibrium wage rate and Q is the quantity or the amount of labors. Then if the wage rate W is considered to be a low which does not motivate labor to work, then the government declare what? W1 as the minimum wage rate or price floor. So this is the minimum wage rate. So minimum wage rate is fixed above the equilibrium wage rate. So in a labor market, worker determine the supply of labor and firm determine the demand of labor. So at wage rate W1, there is a excess supply or unemployment equal to, excess supply of labor means there is a unemployment. So that is equal to Q1 to Q2. This is the excess supply of labor or unemployment level. As demand of labor by the firm has decreased from Q2, the demand for labor is decreased from Q2 to Q1 and supply of labor increased from Q2 to Q2. So Q1 to Q2 is the excess supply of labor. So what is the implication of this minimum wage legislation? The firm employ only those workers who are skilled and experienced because the wage is very high or wage is above the equilibrium wage rate. Then worker may be employed on contractual basis for short period. Then there may be reduction in non-monetary benefit to employee like medical facilities, free lunch, free uniform, conveyance facilities, etc. Then firm may shift to capital intensive technique because the cost of labor, that is wage, is very high. Not very high, but it is not affordable, or sometimes it's not affordable to the producers to pay for this worker. It will increase the cost of production. So producer will use more capital than labor. Then if some worker cannot find work at minimum wage rate, may sell their services at price below the minimum wage rate. So thus evade the law. Okay, these are the implication of minimum wage legislation. So children, with this topic our fourth chapter is get finished. So in this chapter we have discussed about the market forms, especially the perfect competition. So what is perfect competition? Perfect competition is the market structure in which there are large number of buyers and sellers selling homogeneous product, and in perfect competition a producer is a price taker. The price is determined by whom? The forces of demand and supply. So that is price determination. The equalization of demand and supply is known as price determination. And also today we have discussed about some application of tools of demand and supply, or the intervention of government in the fixation of price. Okay, these are the summary of this chapter. So with this chapter our microeconomics syllabus get finished. So in the next class onwards we will start revision classes. Our final exam will come soon. So study well. So children, bye.